Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voice of Crypto's podcast about all things crypto, blockchain, and Web3, as you all are well aware. Yesterday, we saw the historic approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs, one thing that the industry was sort of expecting, anticipating from a really long time. There was a lot of hype, a lot of bullish sentiment around it. This historic landmark in the crypto industry is finally through. And yesterday, we at Voice of Crypto went live with the Bit Blonde, that is Hemily, and we had an interesting, really interesting session about the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, the drama that unfolded before the ETFs got approved, wherein the US SEC's account got compromised, and later on, Gary Gensler had to step in and talk about how the account was compromised and the ETF approval, in fact, did not hasn't yet happened. But of course, the market woke up. The market sort of slept with the calming news of the Bitcoin ETF spot ETF approval finally getting approval. This is a landmark approval, and it's a milestone for crypto adoption, as US SEC gave green light to the trading of Bitcoin exchange traded funds, or ETFs. I will shortly, of course, speak about the entire sentiment around the Bitcoin spot BTC ETF approval. But before that, we will of course take a look at the larger crypto market. We will also be assessing whether the crypto market has finally entered a bullish sentiment, which is pretty evident in the price action of quite a few altcoins, as well as Bitcoin finally crossing over the 47K US dollar mark and maintaining above that. Now, without further ado, I would take a deep dive and into the cryptocurrency market, and we will of course see the beautiful greens on our screens that have been missing from a really long time. And one really impressive thing at the moment is the really high trade volumes that we're seeing at the moment. Over 120 billion worth of movement in the market has happened in the last 1 day or so. Volumes have seen a massive uptick, 40% hike in the last 24 hours. The global crypto market cap is above the 1.8 trillion US dollar mark, and we're finally anticipating BTC, the global crypto market cap, to hit the 2 trillion US dollar mark, and that would again be a landmark for the crypto market. We've seen that before, and the expectation is to see the 2 trillion US dollar mark rather soon. How that would unfold is something that we will be decoding here at Voice of Crypto really soon. But a look at Bitcoin's dominance suggests that there is a 1% drop in BTC dominance over the last 1 day or so. But a look at the cryptocurrency at the top cryptocurrencies suggests that, of course, BTC has led the race of gains with over 3% gains in the last 24 hours, owing to largely the ETF approval that we saw in the last 24 hours. Of course, the weekly price chart has also gained quite a bit, over 8% in the last 7 days. But worth noting currently is Ethereum's price, which has, of course, skyrocketed as now there's a lot of anticipation around an ETH spot ETF approval, whether that would go live or not. If we're expecting that to happen in May of this year, which will be the second quarter. We'll of course be carefully taking a look at a spot ETH approval, ETF approval as well, really soon. But before that, a look at the top altcoins suggests that a bull market does seem to be on the brink. We can see the top altcoins: BNB, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Avalanche, Dogecoin, all are making pretty decent gains in the market. If we take a look at the top 20 by market cap, most of the altcoins are in green. Some of the most notable gains made in the market, of course, are by Cardano. Then we have AVAX and Polkadot. Polygon's Matic is closely following with over 10% gains. Shiba Inu has outperformed Dogecoin in terms of gains. We can see Dogecoin 7% gains, which are pretty decent. But then there are Shiba Inus over 8% gains. Bitcoin Cash has gained over 8% on the 24-hour window, over 11% on the weekly window. Ethereum Classic, however, has seen a massive, massive uptick, over 48% gains on the daily, and over 50% gains on the weekly. So a pretty decent gain trajectory can be seen for Ethereum Classic at the moment. And there was the bullish price that we're seeing for Ethereum Classic at the moment is largely due to certain technical price points that were already evident in the market for ETC, and it had, of course, formed a double top reversal pattern, which um, uh, means that while there were decent gains in the market for ETC, we can't really expect the rally to keep on going. Of course, before I move ahead, quick disclaimer for anyone who's joining for the first time or has been around for a bit: none of what we say in these sessions is financial advice. So always do your own research in this market. Cryptocurrencies are, of course, highly volatile, and before the US SEC's decision came out, the SEC also mentioned that be very careful when investing in cryptocurrencies or any other such highly volatile assets. That said, I'll just scroll through to see how top cryptocurrencies have performed. And for most of the cryptocurrencies, in fact, all of the cryptocurrencies on the daily, we're seeing intense gains. And when we see almost all the cryptocurrencies in the top 100 sort of gaining ground, the way that these altcoins are over, most of the altcoins are seeing double digit gains. ENS's token has seen an over 40% gain. Then there's Rwave, Blur, and the list goes on. So, all in all, the topic of discussion for today, which has been whether we are finally in a bull market, well, the price at the moment definitely points towards this being a bull market. We can see a lot of altcoins making double digit gains, and if this is not what bull market is, then I don't know what a bull market would be. But then again, not anything can happen in the crypto market. And yesterday also we spoke about how always expect the unexpected when it comes to the cryptocurrencies or crypto sectors. So uh, we wouldn't be spelling too much bullishness, and I would still say that maintain a little bit of caution when operating in a market as volatile as this market. So make sure that, like I mentioned, do your own research. And this is a time when there will be a lot of analysts, a lot of creators, and of course, with a lot of gains comes a lot of opportunities to make money in the market. But make sure that you do not fall prey to any scams or hacks, which of course will be rampant in the market as we see more gains. That said, we will now move on to the top news of the day. Of course, the biggest news of the day, the week, the month, and the year has been the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. And there are talks about how what to expect in the market. And we obviously know that the Bitcoin spot ETFs were proposed a decade ago, and they're finally launching. They're finally launched in the US market. This also means that it's been 10 years of intense efforts by players in the Web3 space. And now finally the ETF has seen a green light, and there's there's of course a lot that we can expect in the market. But I think first things first, this product will of course lead a lot of retail customers into the crypto space. So do expect a lot of newcomers in this space, and a lot more adoption which would follow through. These Cynthia Lowe Bassett, who's the head of digital assets management at Fidelity, said that these ETFs give investors interested in digital assets more choices. And of course, Fidelity has been one of the BTC ETF issuers. And the latest products are, of course, different from the ones approved in 2021 in the US, which were Bitcoin ETFs, which were Bitcoin future ETFs, which led you to invest in derivatives, but not in the digital asset itself. Um, the stakeholders at Fidelity also said that they've long believed that a spot priced ETF would be an efficient way for investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin. And the firm said that they remain committed to meeting the growing demand from investors by providing them tools that support their choices and, of course, facilitate secure access to the market. And I think one of the key aspects behind the approval is a lot of security for investors, for traders in the market. So this does give a lot of access to people, easy access, as well as secure, safe access to digital assets such as Bitcoin. Um, but that isn't it. Grayscale's conversion of its 27 billion Bitcoin trust into an ETF was also approved by the SEC, and Grayscale now claims bragging rights for the first spot Bitcoin ETF to begin trading. Gary Gensler surprisingly voted to approve Bitcoin ETFs despite the public criticism. So we've for long seen Gary Gensler, or have sort of villainized the man for not being pro crypto as much as, of course, crypto insiders would want him to be. But to the surprise of the larger crypto markets, as well as to the surprise of the critics of Mr. Gary Gensler, surprisingly, Gensler in fact voted to approve the Bitcoin ETFs. So the public criticism wasn't as true as we'd like it to be. That said, the EU industry input really important to stablecoin rulemaking under MiCA. That is something that the EBA officials are saying. Other than that, a trader bought 9 million of Solana meme coin, um, which is the meme coin's called Dog Wife Hat, but the person lost over 60% due to slippage. In another news, Aave community has voted to integrate PayPal's stablecoin. Now, this is a partnership that we would be seeing between Aave and PayPal, as Aave would is set to integrate PayPal's stablecoin. Other than that, of course, with the Bitcoin ETF getting approved, there are a lot of hopes, or as we like to say in the crypto space, there's a lot of hopium around ETH spot ETF approval. Whether that will see the light of the day is something that remains to be seen. But of course, the crypto market is rather hopeful for an ETH spot ETF approval. It remains to be seen how the same would pan out. Now, moving on, as we wrap this session, we will take a quick look at the top gainers of the day to just quickly assess how well the market has gained. And we can see Ethereum Classic, Ethereum Name Service Token, Sui Token, Mantle, Blur, Astar, Rocket Pool, all of these have gained over 20%. Ethereum Name Service and Ethereum Classic have gained over 40% in the last one day itself. In the last 1 week, these coins have gained over 50%. Sui Token has also managed to gain quite a bit of ground in the last one day or so. A few other top gainers have been Polkadot, Arbitrum, Helium, Say Networks, Say Token, which has also managed to gain a lot in the market. Then there's Immutable X, Cardano, Near Protocol, Fetch.ai's FET token, Mina, Beam, and Axie Infinity. All of these tokens have managed to make over 15% gains in the crypto market. And as we see most of the cryptocurrencies rallying, clearing short term resistance, as well as forming new short term all time highs, this is definitely a great time to be in the crypto market, but it is also an important and crucial time to assess risk, invest only what you can afford to lose, and always keep in mind that do your own research. That said, in another 2 hours, we at Voice of Crypto would be going live on Binance with Binance Live creators for Binance Live Creator Awards. So if you guys want to watch me from Voice of Crypto talk about all things Web3, crypto, and blockchain with some of the experts in the Web3 space, go ahead and join Binance Live session, and also watch us bag another award for the content we make. And yet again, I would love to thank all our communities, Web3 communities on Binance, on all social media platforms that we make a lot of content on, that we put in a lot of hard work in. So thank you, a big thank you going to all of our lovely communities who have, especially the Binance community, which is now 60K strong. So big shout out to our Binance community. We hope and wish that you guys shower all the love that you already do on us, and keep doing that, so that we are ever so motivated to make the amazing content that we do. So keep loving us, keep sharing Voice of Crypto's content, and do join us in the next 2 hours and watch us win an award for the amazing content that we have created through Voice of Crypto. So see you all in the next 2 hours as we sort of grab a few awards. Once again, thank you so much. And with this, I would wrap today's session. Bye bye, and have a lovely day, everyone.